What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video for you today. Today's going to be a match play between Metagross and Salazzle. Yeah, just based off that, I can tell you could probably guess who's going to win this one. It's a rough matchup. I think Metagross is better than how it performed. It just kind of had this bad matchup of being just weak to fire. Yeah, there are some. There are a couple Metagrosses that are weak to Psychic, but they'd still get bombed by Salazzle. So, Salazzle GX, very, very good card, actually. 110 for 2 energies, and then 2 more energies, you can just start blasting through things. Because basically what it does is it's 50 more for every prize card you've taken. So, after like the 4th prize card, you're one-shotting almost everything in U150. The negative side of it, there's only one Salandit, so it's kind of hard like to get it back out right away. You're going to have to spend 2 turns getting it out if you don't have broken time space. So that can be kind of a problem. But outside of that, this matchup's obviously going to favor Salazzle just because of the fire weakness. So kind of scary that way. Looks like I start off just with a turn 1 calculate to kind of set up this turn 2 a little bit. Looks like I have a dowsing machine and an ultra ball in my hand. So kind of scary because he is going to strike and run into this Spiritomb here. Definitely going to get the Salandit out. Then turn 2 he's going to get the Salazzle. So kind of scary. His setup's going to take a lot less than mine will ever. So there's a Juniper I was considering, not just because I have this Claydol in my hands. So I think the Juniper actually might have been a little bit of a mistake. But I think I thought to myself, like, I just need to go. Like, I need to get a Metagross or a Beldum down. I think that's just kind of what I did, or what I've assumed. I was just like, I need a Beldum, period, end of discussion. Definitely not the right play, I don't think, just because I know he's going to spend some time. I did misplay a lot this game, and so there is that to think about. But Grady is getting set up. He's got this turn 2 double support Pokemon, and then he's going to get into this Salazzle. So it's going to be really hard for me to actually like catch up off of this. There's the broken time space. There's an N. So hopefully I can grab a Beldum, maybe a Metang, or even a Metagross, just to start getting things going. Maybe even that Metagross GX, it can't be one-shot by the Salazzle unless it's got a choice band on it. So this early game, like I said, I think it's super important because once Salazzle gets going, it's going to be very hard for me to catch up. So that's just kind of what I was thinking here. I think using Beldum's attack here, or sorry, Balter's attack here was also wrong. I need to get a Beldum. I just need to get a Beldum. This Baltar being in the act is not the worst thing. The Claydol's already gone, so, you know, no items can be played. Looks like I didn't get a Beldum. And it's just going to be a pass. Grady is going to AZ and attach, and now he's just going to start steamrolling. Not looking too good. I can play items now, but yikes. He's going to do 110 damage. I never got a Beldum, and I think that's what I was digging for. Like I said, that turn 2 Sycamore, getting rid of the Claydol could have been an interesting decision, but I think I needed the Beldum super important. Like, I needed it early just because this Salazzle is going to be an issue come late game, being able to hit these big numbers with not much investment needed, right? Because, like I said, after the 3rd or 4th prize, he's going to be one-shotting everything in my deck. So that was my philosophy behind that, was just, you know, I need to get this Beldum out. I need to start going. And that's why I got rid of the Claydol, and that might have been just a little bit of a mistake. But hey, now I can play items. I am ability locked. Luckily enough, I have this Fluffy Berry and this Computer Search, so I have a little bit of a response here. Kind of don't know what I need to get. It's just so bad. Teammates is going to help. Most likely maybe for an Energy and a Dunsparce. Maybe a Beldum, maybe that sort of thing. Yep, there's a Beldum, Metagross, Metang, Energy, and an Oak. So that's pretty nice. There's a Porygon down and a Spiritomb. So, you know what, hey, from out of a bleak situation, this Teammates does turn it around. Physical Balling on an Energy to help me do some damage, and then Spiritomb for the backup Porygon. So hey, we went from just having the lone Porygon 2, download Porygon 2, to having a full bench. and Grady being item locked. So, not the worst. N comes down. Only one Metagross out's kind of scary. This Cobalion I wanted to put on the bench to kind of like maybe make him think about taking that knockout instead of on the Porygons. Like, you know, it is kind of threatening him just a little bit. Like, yo, if you take too many prizes, this guy's going to come up and swing. I don't think you want that. So that's just kind of was the idea there. But problem is Grady's getting just a little bit too set up. He's got both the support Pokemon, a secondary attacker with an EXP share on it, and pretty soon he's going to start setting up that tertiary attacker in Volcanion Steam Siege. So it's really all Grady really needs. He's not. He's already set up. The thing about the Salazzle deck is it's Salazzle and then a whole bunch of like easy attackers. Like it's not a hard deck to start doing stuff with. So I mean, I probably should have pushed the Porygon up. I don't know why I pushed that up at all. Maybe I just was looking to two-shot him with some stuff, like come up and hit him for 90 damage, and then next turn finish him off with another attack. That could be the reasoning behind that. But no, it's going to be an energy down to the Beldum attachment to get another Beldum out. If I have another metal Beldum, I think that's how it works, right? Yep, there's a Beldum. So I really wanted to start setting up the Beldums. Maybe it's just a sacrifice on the Cobalion, just saying to myself, like, hey, look, I just want to sack this guy. I need to get Salazzle GX out. So start accelerating energies. I need to get the other, not Salazzle, Metagross GX out to start adding energies. I need to get the Metagross from Hidden Legends to start accelerating energies, the one that I just drew in my hand there. So that was the idea. Yep, there's a breeder down. So yeah, looking to accelerate this metal energy to attack onto the active. Oh, no, we're thinking, nope, and that actually, I think that ended up being a mistake, going to that one. But anyways, accelerating a metal energy with the Metagross to do the damage, that's why I touched the bench. Okay, that makes more sense. Got everything I wanted to. Hopefully I can two-shot this Salazzle. I think that's just kind of the main idea. 90 damage. I'm going to Guzma, actually. We're not even going to two-shot it. We're going to Guzma for the Porygon, too. Hopefully slow him down a little bit. This Cobalion will come online here in a couple turns. So that was just kind of the option. Grady pushes up this Fury Tree Pokemon. Oh, and I play the Skyfield instead of Broken Time Space to hopefully, like, maybe he can't get this back up. But energy attachment coming down. It's 120 damage. Gonna just bop this Cobalion. It's looking grim. He's like, or grim, sorry, brim? That's not a word. Grim. He's gonna start attaching probably to this Volcanion, start setting that up, maybe trying to get a Porygon out. Doesn't need the Mr. Mime this game, just because he's already kind of set up. Salazzle has a lot of stalling cards because if once Salazzle goes down, you want to try to get it back out, and that costs a turn from the GX attack, so it has like the stuff like Mr. Mime and the Mysterious Fossils and that sort of thing. Sages is a supporter of choice here. Just kind of drawing some cards. Maybe Grady's drawing dead. Maybe Sages is like his only supporter. I see a Clefairy-Doll, I see a Retriever, I see a Guzma. Not a whole lot. Maybe the Guzma he gets for next turn so he can knock something out. I see an Oak to draw some cards. Interesting choices here. I say ditch the Clefairy-Doll is one of the things for sure. He did drop that. There's a Retriever. Hits 2 heads. That's most likely going to go for the 1-1 Porygon line, which it is. So next turn he'll get the Porygon 2 back online that I invested knocking out instead of putting the 90 damage on Salazzle. So 120 damage from Grady. Looks like I drew a Baltoy off the top, so hopefully I can get some jaw support going back maybe. I really just need Metagrosses. Metagrosses is what I'm going to need. I think I need to get the GX with the Spiritomb out. That might be the option, but staring down a Pokemon doing 120 damage and 110 damage on the bench, actually 150 now. Salazzle's first attack is officially now doing more damage than the other one. I can get a knockout if I can get a Metal Energy plus the Super Connectivity from the Metagross, so I could go for a knockout with a Cobalion. I think that's probably what I should have done. I don't think that's what I do. We'll see. Battle Compressor, getting rid of cards that I don't need of some sort. There's a Ranger. Versus Seeker is going to go for Lysander, maybe? Maybe Guzma? Oh, nope, a Teammates. So Teammates going to at least grab a Metal Energy, I would assume, if I don't have one in my hand. Maybe a Super Energy removal onto the Salazzle to slow it down a little bit. That could be it, too. So there's an Energy. There's a Float Stone. Backup for 3. Hard Charm, really not going to do much this game. Attach it anyways, right or not, right? Build for 2. Hard Charm would have been great on the previous turn. But we are going to get this Revenge KO with Cobalion after a Super Rod. It's going to shuffle some stuff back in. Really looks like I just need to start setting up another... I need to get this Metagross GX out. Like, that's the problem. I have to spend a turn getting the GX, and I think I should have done it a little bit sooner. Download on the Hex hopefully slows him down a little bit, but... I mean, it's so hard to knock out this GX. That's where this 90 damage probably could have came in big. I probably shouldn't have taken the Porygon 2 knockout. Instead, I probably should have just... taken a knockout... probably should have put the 90 damage just on Salazzle. I think that was my biggest mistake of the game. I think I thought to myself, like, look, I could just ride this Cobalion out a couple turns. Maybe if I can take some of his support Pokemon out and you can't get him back, I can try to eventually one-shot him. I think that's just kind of like the line of play I was going for. Like, look, I'll knock out the Porygon 2. If he doesn't get it back out, awesome, I might take a Claydol knockout. I'll let him keep taking knockouts until I can get this Cobalion to one-shot his Salazzle, and then use Salazzle to one-shot. I think that was kind of my thinking here. And then if he ever misses, then I can get 2 more. You know, I'm attaching 2 a turn, 1 from hand and 1 from Super Connectivity. So then I can finally start getting some energies onto Metagross to one-shot some other stuff later. So I think that was kind of my line of thought here. It's been a couple weeks since I played this, and now looking back on it, I really should have just tried to either like go aggro Cobalion or spend a turn with Spiritomb going for Metagross. So Wally is not the world's best supporter here. I probably don't have much in terms of my hand. Trying to just play some cards so I can back up for some more. Greedy's got 4 prizes left to my 6. Broken Time Space no longer out. Let's see, there's going to be an attachment on the bench. Looks like I'm just trying to set up a knockout. I think that's what it would be. I'm going to ram for 20 here. So what I'm ending up doing is ramming for 20, and the next turn I'm going to have to use the Metagross on the bench to one-shot him. It's got a muscle band on it, so it does 180 for its attack. It does 80 plus 80, discard all metals, and then the muscle band puts it to 180. Yeah. So I need to ram with this Metagross, or this Metang, sorry, to do 20 damage, set this thing up for a knockout. But like I said, I think in hindsight I probably should have just gone like really, really aggro Cobalion. And that was my biggest issue. Looks like we're going to swoop teleporter this into the Baltoy. Hopefully draw some extra drop power here. Super Connectivity and a Goop and 20 damage down. So I think this attachment onto the Metang from the Super Connectivity is smart, because if he takes the Slice Sander on the Metagross, like just like he did, I can still get it out next turn, right? I can still like Rescue Stretcher it and then evolve. And there's the DCE in my hand. So it looks like I had the knockout next turn, but this Victini is what he's choosing to attack with. And another reason why this Fire Weakness is just so bad for this matchup. So bad. Like, Salazzle's obviously the one I want to kill, but like I just can't. Like, I need to, like, he's one-shots everything in my deck. So, really, really scary situation here. I don't know what I go for. Even like the Goop didn't stop him. He's got this V-Create Victini just one-shotting everything. I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I try to attack with this Metagross, but if it has the same amount of energy, it doesn't do 70, it does 40. So that was the idea, was going to come up and attack with that guy. Just so I can save the 2 energies on this Metang on the bench. But that didn't really happen. So, really trying to figure out what to push up here. Probably going to be, looks like we're going to go for the Porygon 2 with 1 retreat. See what I can hit on attachment there. And an N. That is not the world's best turn to come back off of a Victini knockout. If I can get maybe like a super energy removal, I know I pitched it earlier in the game without playing it because I needed to save energies. Maybe this is the turn that would be great. But outside of that, not a whole lot going on. Looks like I drew into an AZ, a Babies, the Magearna, an Energy, there's the GX, and a Marlies. That's what that looks like there. And still thinking about this. Checks the discard. Gonna go ahead and use Metagross to accelerate the energy for the retreat. So I can still, like I said, if I got a discard like a Guzma, right, like that would be the optimal play here. Not even Magearna takes the one knockout because he only has 3 types. He's got a fire, nothing but colorless, and a fighting. So what I could have done there, actually, if I had an energy in my hand, I could have Dowsing Machine for the Muscle Band and knocked him out with Magearna. That's probably something I should have done, but instead he is going to just Lapis with this Guzma. The GX doesn't even, I think I reversed the way that I should have played this game. I should have gone for like a more aggressive 2-shot route with Guzma, not with Guzma, sorry. Should have gone for the more aggressive 2-shot route with Magearna and Cobalion early. I'm sorry, late. No? What was I thinking? I think, okay. Not sounding correct. I should have just gone for the GX early. I think that's really what I should have done. Because this late game, losing a turn, not taking a knockout, trying to get this GX to come back, really is just going to cost me. It cost me 2 energies onto the Metagross. That's really the big thing. I think I was just so tunnel visioned on this onto this Salazzle that I just wanted to knock it out at all costs. And that was kind of like the scary part. So yeah, that's kind of just what that worked out for, I guess. Let's see. Greedy's got 9 Pokemon on the bench. I think he finds out that he shouldn't have here pretty soon. Can't really see with Skyfield. Greedy likes to double up his Pokemon. You can't see what's on his bench that way, but he's gonna take his knockout, going down to 1 more prize. I got 6 prizes to his 1. This Hexen's the last one prized. So I need a way to knock him out. I need this Cobalion. The Cobalion will take a knockout, and I think that's really what I need to do. Cat's acting crazy. That's what's going on here. I need this Cobalion because I can have super connectivity and knock him out that way, but he's got this bench T then to knock me out. So I need to bounce my Skyfield and hope he doesn't hit a Pokemon. I think that's just kind of what it is. Cobalion's in the discard pile, unfortunately. So kind of a tricky situation. I think it's just Dunzo here. The Salazzle, I just need to knock it out. It's doing 350 damage. Like, it's one. Even if I wasn't weak to metal, he's still one-shotting everything. There's an item finder. Probably coming for Pokemon Retriever, maybe. I hope it's gonna be Versus Seeker for N? Question mark. Gonna need to draw some big stuff here. Let's see what we can get. Gonna need at the very least, I need a knockout. Choice Band down. Here's the Cosmic Power. And there's my hand, and that's going to be it, because next turn he knocks me out. So, yep, there you go. It's Salazzle versus Metagross. Just like we expected, Salazzle just kind of roll over Metagross. I think I played it wrong, and I also think it's a bad matchup. So, Salazzle moves on. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.